Hello YouTube, Eddie Bones 13 back again. What's up YouTube? Hasn't been that long. Been coming through with a couple budget knife reviews lately. This one's no different today. Sit back, relax, grab your popcorn, grab your drink. We're going to take you on a little ride, budget ride today. The budget knife I have for today is actually pretty cool, you guys. The other ones I've been doing are okay. This one really stood out to me. When I seen Kershaw's new 2017 lineup. It's a small knife. I like big knives, but this knife fits in the hand great. It still has a little leftover, little purchase, I guess to say. So right here, my fingers rest nicely on it. So for a small knife, around the 3-inch blade area, which we'll get to in a minute, I really love this knife. So this is something I really wanted to put on this channel and show you guys, some of you guys that may be interested in buying this knife. Maybe this will help make up your mind. So here we go, man. YouTube, let's roll. So what we have here today is the Kershaw 5520 Gustavo Cechinni, otherwise known as GTC Malt assisted opening flipper. Okay, it's got a two-tone Tonto blade and stainless steel handles. Okay, there's just the rough explanation about what we have here real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into some, I'm kind of all over the place today, so excuse me if I fumble my words around a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm just kind of doing this off my mind. Didn't do no notes or nothing like that, so this is just something I wanted to throw up here. I wanted you guys to see. So I'm going to go ahead and go off some specifications real quick. We'll kind of let you know what this Malt by Gus Cechinni, designed by Gus Cechinni and made by Kershaw, has going on with it, okay? So you're looking at a blade length of 3 inches. Let's take in this beautiful blade here. And we'll go over all the details here in a little bit, but let's just let you know that's a 3-inch blade. You know, it's got a good cutting surface here and then a very long tanto. Very profound tanto that it has on there. So 3-inch cutting surface on this knife, which I think is a good utilitarian blade style. I think this can be used as self-defense, last-ditch self-defense, and even everyday tasks with the kind of blade this has got on it. So I really like it. You're looking at a blade thickness of 0.10 millimeters, and you can see the thickness there. Still pretty good thickness. It is a smaller knife, so you know, it's not going to be the thickest ever, but 0.10 is nice. It kind of narrows out here where this swedge is. We'll get into that later, and then kind of thickens up down here towards the point again. So pretty good thickness there on such a little guy. Blade material is 8CR13 MOV. As always, you know, well, I can't say as always, but Kershaw's been doing a lot of blades with that lately. Actually, the reviews I've been doing have been on CRKTs, and they love using this blade still. And I actually like it. Don't mind this China sticker. It doesn't come off, but it is made in China. But you know most Kershaws are, so don't let that bother you, okay, guys? In fact, some of my favorite knives are from China right now, so Riot knives and Wee knives and so on. But so 8CR13 MOV steel, which is a good all-purpose steel. Good corrosion resistance, stays sharp, decently long, and isn't hard to sharpen. I think it's a good budget steel, and it's a steel that I don't mind having in my budget knives. I actually really like it. So what else do we got for you? We have a blade grind that is flat. It's a flat ground blade, and you can see that they did it up to here, and then they did a flat ground tanto grind as well. So it's a double edge, actually it's a 3-edge grind if you count this swedge in, so which would make a total of 6 grinds on this knife. So just a beautiful blade design, flat grind blade, gotta love it. Sorry about my camera there. My camera's been acting a little funny and I don't know what's going on with it, but we'll get through this. All right. The finish is gray. The handle scales, obviously, it's and the blade is a satin and gray PVD, so it looks very good. If my camera will bring it in and show this really nice with the light I have, see that satin up against that gray, it just looks gorgeous. And the same with here too. You got a satin, this whole middle part here is all satin with the nice milling designs in it, and then of course you got the gray PVD there. And what really pops out is this bad boy here, which we'll get to in a second. So gray PVD and satin. You have a handle length of 4.25 inches. So right around you know, a decent ballpark for a small knife. Like I said, I can get my whole hand on it, and I wear an extra large. I'm not slipping off back here. Let's see if I can show better with my left. You can kind of see that there is plenty of room still there. I can get a good grab on the knife, good hold. Many different options of holding this knife. All of them hold very well. They seem to make the handle, I love how they did this straight back here. With no more curves or nothing, otherwise your fingers may not fit, but I love the way they made this small knife feel large in the hand. So that should give you, with the handle, a total overall length of 7.25. So you're looking at 7.25 overall, which is a small knife, of course, but it's great. Handle thickness of 0.44, and you can see that there, under a ½ inch, nice and thin. You can see it's got a liner in here. Stainless steel liner, and then no liner on this side, but there's that gorgeous blue backspacer and pocket clip. Let's turn this knife over and take a look. You know, they did some milling here into this backspacer. It looks phenomenal. It's kind of a rougher looking top they did, but it doesn't feel rough. Sort of, I guess it does. But the way they milled it is awesome. How it comes all the way down. It just sits perfect in there. It's great, adds girth to the knife. Then there's that blue pocket clip I was talking about. Look how gorgeous, and it does pick up fingerprints, but you know, and this is probably going to scratch off real easy and that kind of stuff. It's not anodized, so to say, since it's a steel clip. I guess they anodize it. I'm not sure how they color this stuff, but I guess it would still be anodized. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, but I love the big relief cutout they have there. It just adds some flair to this little knife. I love how big it is. It's got jimping down below for extra grip, and you can see this side does have an extra liner in there, and we'll get to that in a minute, but I don't believe that they've done any weight reduction in here whatsoever. No weight reduction. It's still all solid all the way through, so no weight reduction. It's hard to see in this lighting anyway, so I apologize. But they did add another liner there, and you know, I'm really not sure why they did that, except for strength maybe. I don't really see any other purpose for that. It must be for strength and just to add more thickness. But there is a pretty good, a nice thick stainless steel lock bar, and lock up on there, as you can see, is very good. So right around 40%, 45% is what you want. So very good. Little weird detail in here. Not really detail, but kind of a mist area, quality control, I guess. Unless they're all like that, I don't know. But you can kind of see that. It's not rough or nothing. You just kind of see it. It's something to point out. So good lock up there. Let's take a look at centering. Centering, if I'm not mistaken, is dead on. Yep, perfect. Perfectly centered all the way throughout the knife. It's gorgeous. Really nice looking knife. Perfectly centered. So I think that's about it with specifications. I told you the overall length. Handle thickness is 0.44, like I told you. So that's pretty much it with the specifications, except for the weight. And I think some of you guys are going to like this. Actually, it's actually a 4.6 ounce knife. 4.6 ounce knife. Slow down, Ed. Which to me is great because it's littler. It's a smaller knife. I want more heft. That's just me. I don't know if that's how it is for everybody else. But the heft feels right. It feels good. It feels like you get a good grip on this knife, and it's going to be able to do some cutting. It feels thick still, even though it's not. It feels heavy duty for such a small knife, and I love it. For you guys wearing slacks, it'll still work, man. It'll still work. Slide this in your slack pocket. It's going to do good. And speaking of, the clip has a nice big wide opening, so you can fit it about any kind of pant material in there. I love the clip. Something different. It's got them 2 screws. You may be able to switch the clips out on this depending on which way they flow. I don't know. Kershaw does a lot of these 2 clip, maybe a deep carry on there, but I really like the blue one for now, so we're going to go ahead and leave that. I love the milling all the way around the handle. The milling looks great. It adds to the flair of the knife. It's just a great design knife by Gus. Real quick, a little bit about Gus. You know, GTC knives, basically, it's the trademark of Gustavo Gus Cechinni. Gus basically lives in, forgive me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, but Sao Jose Rio Preto. Sao Jose Rio Preto, Brazil. Say that 5 times fast. You know, I'm Hispanic and still don't know how to say that right, but oh well, I'm not Brazilian. So he lives in Brazil. Besides being a knife maker, he's also an ergonomic engineer with the farm in Sao Jose. Gus, he had been making custom knives since 2004, which isn't that long, and he's already a sought-after custom knife maker. I mean, his knives go for thousands and thousands, and they sell out instantly once they hit his table at blade shows and stuff. What else? He is self-taught with the respect of the artistic and technical aspects of knife making, and with obviously great results. So to be self-taught is just phenomenal. He has won numerous awards, including Best New Maker at the Sao Paulo Knife Show in 2006 and Best Knife and Best Folder at Sao Paulo Knife Show 2007. He's gained much recognition in the U.S., where Gus attends several shows each year. And like I said, Gus sells out within minutes of making his knives available at shows. If I knew how to edit, I would put in some of his knives in here so you can see some of his other work. But all you knife guys out there know who Gus Cechinni is and know GTC knives. Have heard of the Airborne. I've heard of other famous knives like that. So you know the level of artistry and creativity this guy has. So it is assisted opening, like I said, and the cool thing here is the flipper disappears into the handle. It does have some jimping down here. There is a little portion here where you could kind of choke up on it, I guess, if you needed to. The blade doesn't start till down here, so you kind of can get some finger in there. Just don't slip, obviously. Another cool thing about the flipper being that it hides, it's also got some jimping on it. It does well as a push button and also does well as a pull down, obviously, with how long this flipper is. But let me give you a little story about this flipper. When they were sitting down to design this knife, Gus and Kershaw, they must have been having some beers, because if you can tell, this isn't just a flipper tab. It's a satin flipper tab. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's a bottle opener, beverage opener. Pop. I don't drink, but nor would I use this on one just because I like it. I guess after I beat it up a little I would, but I don't drink. I don't pop bottles, so to say. So, but yep, there you go. Pop your favorite beverage with that sucker right there. So great little design aspect in there. You see a lot of knives nowadays like DPX Hest and all them with the bottle openers on them, and it's just something that might be needed in this world, especially with there being a lot of drinkers. I'm from Colorado, so our specialty is 420, if you know what I mean. And for those of you that don't know what 420 is, it's not Hitler's birthday. Fuck Hitler. And it doesn't mean anything else other than 420, time to smoke. Time to smoke. Time to smoke. So that's what 420 is. We don't need these bottle poppers, but it's still a cool little thing they threw on this knife. I love it. Cool if I ever do have to pop a bottle for some reason. There it is. So there's a little bit about Gus, some sort of his background. There really isn't too much to find about the guy that I could find. Yeah, so the model number is 5520, just in case you guys are looking for this. It was made in China. And just a great knife, you guys. Let's kind of go over some details about this knife. I just want to kind of go over the blade here first, kind of show you the up close. It is a SPEEDSAFE Kershaw. It's got a nice satin finish all the way across the top, and I love this little whatchamacallit in here. Geez, I forgot the name of them just now. You can tell I'm from Colorado and it's that 420 time, can't you? Swedge. I love this little swedge they put in there. It just makes the whole blade look just meaner, I guess, so to say. I love it. And it continues on both sides, obviously, and it looks very well. The blade has got this gray PVD coating that's done very well. The blade is superbly sharp. I mean, I'm talking just razor sharp. Let's see if I'm never good at doing paper tests, cut tests live on camera, but let's see if I can get one done for you real quick. Look at that. I mean, it's just phenomenally sharp. This knife is so freaking sharp. It'll just cut for days. So there we go. I did a cut test. Clear that out of here. So there you go. Yeah, very, very razor sharp blade. Can't wait to dig in and use this on some things. Let's look at the other side. Of course, you got the 5520 GTC design, Kai patented, HCR13 MOV, and China. But look at that blade. They did a great job with this swedge. They evened it up very well. It's not off. It's very even. So it's just a great job. I love the swedge. Love the blade all in all. I love this long tanto feature here. It's just a nice blade, and it's going to be great for cutting. Now let's take a look at the handle. Some details in this handle. Look at this milling. It's pretty nice just for lines. I know you guys are like, it's just lines, Ed. What's going on with you, Eddie Bones? Well, these lines look very cool. You know what I mean? And they make this knife look cool. I like it. I love the two-tone again. I love the satin here. Comes all the way down. You got your handle screws here, and your pivot. That's the only thing holding this knife together. And they do come all the way through, which, yay, I love that. I love that. How many of you guys love that? Let me know in the comments. It's got this nice, again, blue backspacer that just looks phenomenal, and it's got a little milling in it itself. Just a little bit there, but a little something, something. Continue to the back. You still got the same milling lines. Everything flows with each other. Still got these same little ones here. And then that pocket clip is just outstanding. So again, I'm not really sure why they put a double liner in here. Maybe for strength, I don't know, but there it is. There's that double liner. So that's really it, you guys. Like, I really don't know what else to say except for, I mean, I love this knife. I'm glad it came out. And I think you guys will be glad too. Maybe I'll do a couple size comparisons while we're here. Give me a second. Again, like I always say, I don't edit, so, and I never happen to have my knives ready when I want to do a size comparison, so I have to leave the camera for a second, and you have to hear me talk in the background. All right, here we go. So let's do a couple Kershaw knives up against it. I forgot what this one's called. Forgive me. The Kershaw something or other. We're going to call it the 2200. But if you know this knife, then you know what kind of size we're talking about when we get into this Gus here. This Gus Cechinni knife here, Kershaw knife. So there's butt to butt. Literally, this blade just completely outdoes this one. And you can see handle to handle, big size difference, blade to blade, huge size difference. So we're going to call this the 2200. Just completely blows the Gus knife out of the water in size. So if you know this 2200 knife, let me know in the comments the name of it. What else do we got? What's another Kershaw I might have? I have one that I still need to do a video on, actually. Maybe I'll do that next if I'm feeling good. This is the Kershaw Flourish, I believe. Is this the Kershaw Flourish? Again, I don't know my Kershaw. Is this another 2017 model? I believe it's the Flourish, yeah. And you can kind of see how gorgeous this knife is. Wow. But let's not get into that. Let's get into the size. So if you know the Kershaw Flourish, then you can kind of tell the size difference between this and the Gus Cechinni Kershaw Malt. It's just way bigger. This is a 3.5 inch blade. Again, you're looking at sub 3 inches on this blade here. So let's do a smaller knife real quick and see. Geez, I don't have smaller knives anymore. I am so sorry, you guys. How about the CRKT Remedy? This one's a little smaller, I guess. Well, not really. So this is the CRKT Remedy up against the Gus Cechinni Kershaw Malt. It's a little more close. Handle length is, handle length still quite a lot bigger, and so is the blade. You know, I just really don't have nothing this size. Actually, you know what? I might have something small. Hang tough for a second, guys. You guys are going to love this small knife. This might be the closest knife I have to size with this Gus Cechinni. You ready for this? Bam! Spyderco. I don't know what the hell this is. It is a real Spyderco. Got it from real Spyderco shop here in Colorado. But there you go. Look at that bad boy. Look at that. Actually, the Gus is bigger. Can you believe that? The Malt by Gus Cechinni and Kershaw is bigger. Look at the blade difference. Oh yeah, big blade difference there. So yeah, there you go. If you know this Spyderco, this baby Spyderco, then you know how big this knife is. Great comparison, huh? Well, that's all I have close to size. So There you go, guys. Let's just do a quick go over of this again. Wasting a lot of time. Just kind of let you see this for all its beauty and all of its glory. I really think you guys are going to like this knife. I do. And what I like, you guys will like. No, I'm just kidding. But if you like knives I like, you will love this knife. It's perfect in hand. It's got very good smooth action for a flipper that's unassisted. Or that is assisted, I should say. It's not unassisted, nothing. So there you go. Nice and smooth. Closes easily with one hand, nice and small. Just a great knife, you guys. I really, really urge you guys to get out, get you the Gus Cechinni Kershaw Malt, and get it now. Stay sharp, YouTube. Eddie Bones 13, out.